Hey, Maxine here with your weekly dose of Monday Motivation. I'm a life and career success coach for ambitious women, and if you are an ambitious woman who is wondering how you're going to juggle it all, struggling to find work-life balance, then you are going to love this live, because by the end of it, you are going to be so clear on the exact step you need to take to basically step into that, if that's what you desire, a life where you're not struggling to find work-life balance. So I am talking today about ambitious women who want it all, the amazing guy, the amazing life, the amazing career, family, all of that good stuff. How do you get it? So that's what I'm talking about today. Now, basically, if you're somebody who kind of likes to get to the punchline, who just skips to the end of emails to the PSs, I know I can be like that sometimes. You can go ahead and just grab my 5 secrets to this. I've already put a link in the description that I shared this video with, so you can go ahead and get that. But if you are staying with me today, to watch this, go ahead and share this, because I guarantee there's somebody you know or many people you know who are struggling with the same thing. There's typically quite a few things that hold women back in terms of being able to step into this life where they're thriving at home, thriving at work. There's quite a few things, but there's some key ones that hold people back. I'm sharing 3 of those with you today. And then, like I said, the exact next step, first step typically you need to take to step into that. It's a crucial step, and a lot of women miss this for the 3 reasons I'm going to be sharing with you today. So I want to make sure that you don't miss this any longer, because if you are desiring a life where you thrive in work and life, it is possible for you. Your desires are there because they are possible for you. So go ahead and share this. Grab a pen and paper, because you're going to love this. I'm going to share with you a lot. So how do you have it all? How do you create a life that you love, both professionally and personally? I get this all the time. What's your secret? So to share, these 3 pitfalls a lot of people fall into, and the number 1 secret with you, I'm going to share with you a story. And now, if you've heard it, if you know my story, you may have heard this one before, but I want to share with you a story to show you how to avoid these 3 things. And it's my story. I'm going to take you back many years ago now, to when I was quite a bit younger than I am now, in my teenage years. I don't know about you, maybe you're the same. Deep down, I've always known that I want something great for my life. I just knew deep down that I'm meant for something great, meant for something more in my life. I've always had that. And I don't know, can you relate to that? You just know that there's just something great that's meant to come out of life for you. I've always had that feeling growing up. However, as a teenager, due to things that are not relevant for this video, I basically rebelled big time. Rebelled against my parents, rebelled against everything I knew, made one wrong decision after another, dating the wrong guy, starting to take drugs, all kinds of crazy stuff, that my life just spiraled out of control, and I ended up homeless. And it was just such a low point for me. Like, literally, I'd grown up in a Christian home, going to church every week, and my life was just so far from what I knew growing up. Still though, it wasn't quite, the breaking point. For me, the breaking point, or the defining moment, I like to say, came for me one day, when literally I was down to my last few pounds. I was living in the UK at the time, down to my last few pounds. Now, I had a friend with me who was kind of living this sort of crazy lifestyle as well. And she's like, oh, I'm broke, you're broke, so why don't we just go and interview for this job? And the way she described this job was that we can go ahead, get this job, you can make loads of money, you don't have to do too much. I thought, wow, this sounds perfect. So we went along for this job interview. And to be honest, the gravity of what we were going to interview for didn't hit me till literally the door slammed shut in the apartment that we went into for this interview. It was in Soho in London, and it was like a stuffy apartment, and suddenly it hit me like, oh my goodness, crap, this is what we're here for. Because I took a look at the guy interviewing, and he did not look like your typical interviewer. This guy was terrifying. And I remember his eyes were just bulging out of his head, and I just literally started to panic. I started to shake, thinking, oh my God, what in the world am I doing here? What am I doing here? Like, literally, what am I doing here? And I must have zoned out, because I stopped hearing things. The next thing I heard was literally this guy just snapping at me, like, impatiently, saying, you do know how much you're supposed to charge, right? And I was like, oh my God, I have no idea how much I'm supposed to charge. I literally was just in my head over and over saying, how in the world did I end up here? How in the world did I end up here? Growing up the way I did, with the family I did, how did I end up here talking to this pimp about how much I'm supposed to charge? And I remember standing there just literally shaking and terrified, because I'd never ever felt so scared. I'd never felt so ashamed that I'd never felt so alone in my whole life. And I remember thinking, oh my God, my life is such a mess. How did I end up here? And the guy's looking at me thinking, like, what is wrong with this woman? And I remember my friend saying to me, what choice have you got? And literally in that moment, she was right. What choice have I got? I'd made such a mess of everything. I'd literally dropped out of school at that point. I'd literally destroyed all my relations, destroyed everything going for me in my life. She was right. Like, what choice did I have? None. At least to the logical mind. And as I remember, I stood there literally shaking, thinking, oh my God, like, how did I end up here? How is this my only choice? I heard this voice within me, I will never forget it, say, this is not who you were meant to be. You're meant for so much more. I had no idea who that voice was. I had no idea what more meant. I just chose, you know what? I'm going to believe that. And I literally believed that, turned and ran out that room into a freezing cold street in Soho. It was so cold, but the freezing cold had never ever felt so good. I took one deep breath and I was like, I'm meant for so much more. And I don't care how long it takes me, I'm going to find out what that is. I left that room with literally no money, no plans, no idea what this more I was chasing was, but I was determined to find it. And went from that sorry state, that pathetic, shameful state, to, you know, going back into the school system. I dropped out. I basically went back into the school system, basically was the star student of my class, graduated at the top of my class, first class honours degree, went on to Cambridge, my dream university, was again another star student there. I went on to build this international life and career that I am so blessed in and so proud of. And I literally travel all over the world. I've helped hundreds of people be more successful in their lives and in their work, while I am doing the same as my family has grown. I am so passionate to see people succeed. And literally, as I travel around the world and I share this, people say to me, what is your secret? So that's why I've created 5 secrets I'm sharing with you free today. You can go ahead and grab that link. It's available for you. I'm so passionate at seeing women especially succeed, not just professionally, but in their personal life. And from my story, I want to share with you 3 things that maybe you can relate with that holds women back from succeeding. Number 1, women look at their circumstances typically and think that's a determiner of the kind of life that they can have. So maybe your circumstances are, oh my gosh, there's just so much to do. I have no time to do all that I need to do. Or, oh, my husband just doesn't get it. We're just arguing. He just doesn't understand what I'm going through. Or maybe it's your boss that doesn't understand what you're going through. Or maybe it's your team. You've got so much pressures on you. You have to look after everybody, not yourself. And there's all these circumstances that seem to hold you back from what it is you're trying to create. Let me tell you this. Think about me and my story. If I had looked at my circumstances, no home, drug addiction, a mess, dropout, if I looked at my circumstances as the way to determine how I could, who I could be, I'd be dead. Quite frankly, I would be dead. So don't look at your circumstances. Regardless of what your circumstances look like, you can rise above them if you desire to. Your desire indicates that something is meant for you. So don't look to your circumstances. Look to that desire, that thing within you that tells you you're meant for more. Look to that, not your circumstances. Number 1. Number 2, the thing that holds so many women back, and I'm just so tired of seeing this, is what other people tell you you can be. So they either tell you or they model to you that's what's possible. So whether it's like your friends that say, oh, who do you think you are trying to do that? Or you see that this is what everybody around you, family, friends, this is what they've been able to achieve. So you now think that that is what you can achieve. Don't look to other people to kind of determine to you exactly who or what you can be. Your desire within you that tells you you're meant for more determines who and what you can be. If I had looked to other people, that pimp and my friend telling me, what else have you got? What other choice have you got? I don't know who I'd be today. Like I said, I don't know, I'd be alive today. So don't look at other people. Regardless of who you, I don't care who you are, where you come from. Don't look at other people around you to determine who you can be. You are such an individual made with fingerprints nobody else has. Don't look to other people or your circumstances as a determinant of who and what you can be. Whatever you want to create, whatever you desire, is possible for you. Trust me on that. There's no way that I should be sat here with the kind of life and career that I have sharing with this. It would have been impossible. So please do not look to your circumstances or to the people around you, whatever they tell you or whatever they model to you, it's possible. You are meant for so much more. And then the final thing I want to share with you that holds a lot of women back is this need that we have. And I know what it's like to be a control freak, so I'm by no means looking down on this. We all have this tendency when we're ambitious to want to see how everything's going to pan out. We want to plan things down to the last detail and know exactly how it's going to work out before we take the first step. You can't always know how, you can't always see the full staircase before you take the first step. For me, stood in that room with these two people putting pressure on me, and the fact I had no money, all this mess of my life putting pressure on me, if I had stood there trying to see the whole staircase, again, I probably would be dead. Whatever it is you're going for, chances are you are not going to be able to see the full staircase right from where you are right now. There's no way stood there in that room. I could have seen my life in a million years. I couldn't have envisioned what I'm living today. And in terms of where I want to go, even from this blessed point I'm living, I can't see the whole staircase of exactly how I'm going to create what I'm creating. You just need to know what the first step is. So for me, my first step in that moment was to get myself out of that room and figure out how to get my more. So what is your next step? If you're an ambitious woman, like I said at the beginning, who's trying to figure out, like, I want to go places in my work. I want to create a life I love. I want a husband that just adores me. I want children that are great and step into their destiny, that kind of go on and do even bigger and better things than I have. If you're a woman that wants to do all of that while also enjoying your life, doing whatever it is you want to do, whether that's travel, going to the gym, I don't care what it is. If you are somebody who wants all of those things, your first step is to believe it's possible. Believe that you are meant for more. Believe it, regardless of what the circumstances look like, regardless of what the people are saying, and regardless of if you have no idea how it's going to work out. Your first step in that staircase that you can't see right now is to believe. That's number one of my 5 secrets. Now, literally, like I said to you, people ask me this all the time. There's literally 5 things that I've done consistently that helped me go from that place where I was literally on the pathway to self-destruction to the life I live now, where I am just like so ridiculously blessed with a man that loves me so much, an amazing family, an incredible career, a fun life where I travel around the world with my friends. I just have a blast with my life. My life is not perfect, don't get me wrong. Everybody has challenges, but there's ways that I handle them that does not derail what I've got going on. I am blessed to say that whatever it is I've been dreaming, my version of all, I have it, and I'm going for some more. If you're an ambitious woman who wants that and you're wondering what the secrets are, I'm sharing them with you for free. Literally, I've included a link. Go ahead and grab that and see, but your first step is to believe. Henry Ford, I think it was, Henry Ford has this quote that I love so much, and it's so true. It's, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. So if you want to keep looking to your circumstances, what the people are saying, you can't figure out how it's all going to work out and believe that it's never going to work out, you're right. But if you want to borrow my faith, let's say you can't see it right now, borrow my faith. Look at where I told you I came from. And just believe it might be possible. Grab the rest of my secrets. Take the steps that are in there. Just you wait and see how incredible your life becomes. So, share this message. I'm sure you know so many women who are literally imprisoned, I'm going to use that word, imprisoned by their circumstances, by what people tell them or show them is possible, by the fact that they feel so hopeless because they're like, where do I even begin to get to where I want to go? Share this message with them because this will literally set you free. Remember, I always say this to you, the future is so much greater once you decide it is. First step is believe. So grab that, and I look forward to hearing exactly what it helps you create.